and she represents the Sami Council. So it is a privilege to have you here. The floor is yours.
Kiitos. Thank you. It was quite an achievement back in those years, 25 years ago, when the Arctic Council was founded and the indigenous peoples' organizations were recognized as permanent participants and got a seat at the table. The Inuit, the indigenous peoples in the Russian Federation's North and Far East organized through RIPON, and the Sami negotiated hard to get this recognition. We were later joined by the Aleut, the Athabascan, and Gwich'ins. And if we hold hands, that is pre or post-pandemic, of course, the indigenous peoples organized through the permanent participants organizations would make a circle stretching around the circumpolar north. We are here to address climate change. As we heard, the Arctic has already seen irreversible transformations due to climate change. As it's happening, the climate change is happening much faster in the Arctic than the global average. So only in my lifetime, the climate has changed a lot. And when we are here talking about 1-degree target, in Arctic, that would mean much more. In that same time frame, the climate might change with 4 or maybe 6, even 8 degrees in Arctic areas. And that is quite serious for indigenous cultures and food systems. The Sami, as other Arctic indigenous peoples, adapt to climate change with actions rooted in their indigenous knowledge and customary practices. Through practices and initiatives as the age-old ways of life and livelihoods of Sami and others are also reflective of our adaptive capacity and our level of resilience in relation to the rapid and ever-increasing impacts of climate change. The Arctic people's adaptation measures to shifting environment lies in flexibility when it comes to land and marine area use and migration routes. This adaptation capacity gets constrained by climate and environmental change, but also in the search for climate solutions such as alternative energy sources for coal, oil and gas. We are also impacted as these alternatives are sought to be placed on our lands without our consent. Our solutions lies, on the contrary, in our knowledge systems. By bringing different knowledge holders to the table, I think the outcome, like we do in Arctic Council, I think the outcome and recommendations will be better for all. The indigenous peoples' representatives and experts bring what for many is considered unique perspectives and knowledge to the table. But for us, it is simply, most often, common sense. Participation is key and capacity is key. And since it's a youth event, I would also, of course, say youth is key. For Sami Council, it is vital that we, with the seat at the Arctic Council table and the society at large, are able to speak to our issues with our own voice and are able to participate independently in social and political development. And also the permanent participants have appointed youth focal points to the work in the Arctic Council, and they are very active and developing their own projects. And our participation is necessary for us if we are able to be sincere representatives for our people and good partners in the vibrant cooperation that the Arctic Council is. To be able to be these good partners, it's essential for the Arctic Council to remain the preeminent high-level circumpolar forum for effective coordination and cooperation, as it is stated in the newly adopted strategic plan. So, dear audience, for the coming 25 years, we all continue to work towards achieving the vision of the strategic plan, that the Arctic remain a region of peace, stability, and constructive cooperation that is a vibrant, prosperous, sustainable, and secure home for all its inhabitants, including the indigenous peoples, and where our rights and well-being is respected. Thank you, and all the best for your Arctic Day, and thank you for facilitating this opportunity. Thank you.